Over the last week at Chatterjee and Lal, we have been presenting Nikhil Chopra's Lands, Waters and Skies. Nikhil Chopra was born in 1974 and he was the Met's 2019-2020 Artist in Residence. He lived at the Metropolitan Avenues Museum for 9 consecutive days, and during that period inhabited a number of different persona and evolved an extraordinary drawing. The basic premise of the performance was to confront the Met's own collection, and he prepared for this over 1 year through numerous trips to the museum, encountering huge swathes of time and geography that make up the objects within the collection. During the performance itself, the first space in which he inhabited was the space known as the Temple of Dendur. And the Temple of Dendur is an extraordinary temple from ancient Egypt in which Nikhil had set up a tent in the persona of perhaps a nomad or an itinerant traveller of some kind. And on the roof of that tent, he began drawing these extraordinary cloud structures. Subsequent to inhabiting the Temple of Dendur, he then moved to a section of the museum in which there is a collection of objects from Oceania. And he was thinking in particular of the body masks of the Asmat tribe from Papua New Guinea. And this here is the costume that he wore whilst performing in that space. And it was at this point that the drawing became wall hung and the image of a landscape began to emerge. The last space that Nikhil inhabited was the Lehman Court, and it was here that the drawing was erected in a semicircular shape, and it was here also that Nikhil donned his last costume, which consisted of a gown and then an astonishing mask, prescient perhaps in September 2019, using this particular prop, given the manner in which our lives were to change so fundamentally and the manner in which masks would take on such a unique and powerful role in our lives in 2020 itself. It was also whilst in Lehman Courts that he completed the drawing, and it was at this point that one could see the resonance with a work which was currently being displayed at that time in an exhibition of Dutch masterpieces, and it was a painting by Frans Post made in 1650 of a Brazilian landscape that Nikhil used as a reference point. And for him it was not only encountering ideas of colonialism, but also closer to home, the seascape that for him felt resonant of Goa, a place which he has called home for the last decade or so. And so bringing the work back to Bombay and being able to show the residues here in the gallery has been an extraordinary experience for us, and it shows really the power that these objects still have 3 years after the performance itself. With that, I'd like to thank you for joining us for this walkthrough, and looking forward to seeing you very soon at Chatterjee and Lal. Thank you.